I wanted to give some drills that you can do practicing as a new slinger or even an intermediate slinger to try to work on your mechanics and become a more efficient thrower with the sling. So just like in baseball and any other throwing sport, the hips leading the shoulders is a really big factor in getting you to be more efficient of a thrower. So one of the things you can do just as a drill is to just try a really gentle underhand, and don't even throw. You can just put a projectile in your sling and just swing it around, and just you want to kind of get it going, and you stall, and then you're gonna go hip, and then move your arm through. So I'm gonna swing it, stall, hip, throw. I'm just gonna do that a few times. And I do the stall to try to make it so I can exaggerate the hip movement. Because if you try to do everything at the same speed as you normally would, it's really hard to get things, it's really hard to make any changes in the way you're throwing. So it's good to slow things down and then try to exaggerate the movements. And another thing that is really helpful, at least when I try with my left hand, is that when I'm throwing, you want your elbow to be leading the sling. And so if you're always shooting off to the same side as as the throwing side, so if I'm right-handed, I'm shooting right, try to get your elbow in front of the sling. That will help pull your shot back to the left. And alternatively, if I'm left-handed and I'm hitting way over there to the left, I try to lead with my elbow more, and it'll pull my shot to the right. One more drill to help you become a better, more efficient slinger is to really work on maintaining shoulders being closed. Now, what do I mean by closed? This is open, this is closed. If I'm throwing in that direction, I want my shoulders, basically my back, pointed towards the target for as long as I can. And so, again, you can work on this with just a sling without actually throwing, but you can work that motion. So I'm gonna weight shift and turn my hips. I'm trying to turn my hips. Turn my hips while maintaining my shoulders hold back. So just this motion is a good way to work on keeping the shoulders closed, turning the hips, and what that does is it stores up energy in your core and then allows it, once your hips are starting to turn forward and once you're ready to go, it just all uncoils at once. It's a lot faster of a motion than trying to turn them together. So again, those two drills: stall, hip, throw. Stall, hip, throw. And I guess they're kind of the same thing, but they're two different focuses. And then the next thing is closed shoulders, hips, throw. I'm basically trying to just turn my shoulders back, turn my hips forward, and I actually have to actively do that. But I feel like these kind of dry fire drills, not even dry fire, I'm not even dry firing, but these kind of drills help just teach you how to feel in your core what you should feel when you're throwing. Because when I'm doing this, I can feel this muscle fire, this muscle gets stretched, and then when I go, I can feel this one fire and pull everything to untwist. So, those are two drills for you. Try them out. I want to talk about throwing heavy. So, when I first started out slinging, if I threw something heavy, it always hurt my arm. It always hurt my shoulder, it hurt my elbow. And then as I've kind of developed my technique, I found that I can actually throw heavy projectiles quite comfortably if I do a few things. But I think the biggest part is that you have to stop using your arm. Your arm is the way to carry, it carries all of your force, and it puts it into the sling, but it's not the main motor that's putting energy into the sling. That's going to be your legs, hips, torso. And so you have to learn how to kind of relax your arm when you throw. But what I found is that when I take heavy projectiles and I throw heavy projectiles, I learn how to be more efficient, because I have to put my body into it, and I have to do it correctly if I'm not going to get hurt. And so what I found is that I start slow, and when I throw something, if it starts to hurt, I have to back off. Don't throw as hard next time. Try to change what I'm doing. And what I found is that what seems to be hurt the least is that if I'm slinging Balearic style, I can get the sling to bring it up. I can bring it up to here, and then I have to wait. Just pause for just a moment. And you can pause until you can kind of start to feel the sling come a little bit behind you. And then it's just relax the arm, pull it back, like retract your scapula, and then twist. So it's up, stall, and then retract and twist. And I found that when I do those things, it doesn't hurt, and I can throw heavy stuff pretty much as hard as I want, and I have no pain, which is always a good thing. No pain means you're doing it right. Pain is bad. So I will say again, throwing heavy, I think, has really helped me become a more efficient slinger. And if you want to try to be a more efficient slinger, I won't encourage anyone to go throw heavy, because you can injure yourself. But if you want to try it, do so in a go slow. If it hurts, don't do it. Change it up. Slow it down. Try something different. Try something different with your body. Relax your arm. Remember all of those things. But I do feel like throwing heavy has really helped me become a more efficient slinger. So hopefully that helps you out.